Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bowl Beer Reviews. Today I'm excited for this beer because this is from Fremont Brewing out of, I think they're out of Seattle, right? Yeah. Um, I've had a good bit of Fremont stuff, but it's all been their big barrel-aged beers like their Kentucky Dark Star variants and the Abominable variants. Which are all great beers, but I haven't had anything. I don't think I've had anything hoppy from them before, so I am kind of curious to see their take on that style. I'm sure it's going to be good because all their other stuff I've had is great, but it's interesting. This label is really crazy too. If you can see that, look at that. It's almost like psychedelic in a sense. It's a really cool label. I like that a lot. But it's called Head Full of Dynamite Hazy India Pale Ale. 6.8%. So yeah, definitely an IPA, not a double. See if it says. It doesn't say. Oh. Interesting. So I wonder. I don't see a date stamp on this or anything, but it says that Head Full of Dynamite is an ongoing series of hazy IPAs, each one different from the one before. Check out our website for the malt and hops used in the one in your hand. So I wonder if there's there's not necessarily a stamp on it. It might just be you judge when you bought it, and if they do it every couple months, it would be easy to tell which one it is as long as it's fresh. So I'll have to. I might post in the comments to see what this one is because I honestly don't know which one it is and what hops are in it. I'd be curious, but sometimes it's better that you don't know because then you go in with a completely fresh mind and have just no idea what you're expecting. So let's crack this open and see what we got. Already smell that. It smells awesome. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's not. When I cracked it open from afar, it smelled really juicy, but that when I went back there, I didn't really get that. But so yeah, it's pretty hazy, as you can tell. It's I'd say, pretty mid yellow, like golden color, pretty cloudy. There's no light getting through that, and somewhat minimal for the quickness that I poured it. A minimal white head. So the aroma is. It actually reminds me of some of the other things that I've had from that that region, and I wonder maybe if it's a water thing. I don't know. But Urban, I can't think of their name now, but I just did some reviews for them. It was Urban, I don't want to say Urban City, but I know that's not right. I do apologize, I can't remember what it is. But the aroma in this kind of reminds me of that. It's a little orangey. It's actually, it's more herbal and floral than I would expect out of like a hazy IPA. But not floral like two-hearted floral. It's more almost like a potpourri floral, which is interesting. It almost, I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it almost smells like, I don't know, it smells like I'm at the beach or something. I know it's really weird to say that. I wonder if it's, I don't know if I'm thinking of some sort of coconut note in my head, which still doesn't really make sense for an IPA if there's not that in it. There's something about this that reminds me of like fresh open air at the beach. It's really weird. It's not like a fishy smell or anything like that either. I don't know. I can't really describe it, but let's get a taste and see if it matches the aroma. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's the same the aroma. I would say mainly that this is a little bit dank. There's some orange and tropical character to it, but it's somewhat minimal. It's very well rounded. There's nothing poking out at me that's like it's abrasive, whether it be the bitterness or some other flavor that I don't really like. It's not as flush with like juiciness as some of the other stuff I've done lately, like the high stuff. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because this is. I mean, those are really easy to drink too, but to me, this is just more simple. But it's really clean, and there's no, it's not old. There's no malt getting in the way either. It's just a lighter beer in general. There is a little bit of that floral presence in the taste as well. It kind of reminds me of this like hand soap that my one buddy always had in his house. That just, I like the smell of it. Like it smelled good, but I hated washing my hands with it because the smell just wouldn't go away from my hands when if we were drinking beers, and then I would have trouble smelling beers because I had that smell in my hands. And this reminds me of that, and I think that's where I'm getting that like potpourri character. I will say though that it seems like the other one, Urban Family, that's what it's called. I'm sorry. The Urban Family beers were, I would say not the water profile, but just the profile of the beer and the body on those was definitely nicer than this is. It's I like the taste in this. It's nothing anything special, but it's a good tasting, simple hazy IPA. But it's kind of the mouthfeel is kind of lacking. It's not as soft as like Brew Gentleman or some of the other, like the high stuff I had recently was really soft, and the Dancing Gnome stuff too. Like I think I don't want to say it's rough around the edges because there's nothing that poking out at me like that's hard to drink, but it could be more refined. That's all I'll say about that. But again, I don't know. I got this in a trade and it was shit. It was 2 weeks ago when I got it. Unfortunately, last weekend I just didn't have a chance to do any videos because I had friends over for the weekend. So it's possible when he sent it, it was already it took a week to get here, and it might have been a couple weeks old then. So it might be a little old. I mean, that shouldn't affect the body, but that might affect my overall perception of it. But it's still pretty good. And if I bought this, unless it was astronomically priced, I wouldn't feel like I wasted my money. It's definitely quality, and I wouldn't expect anything less from these guys because they make really good beers. So I would say buy, drink dumb. It's definitely buy. I wouldn't go out of your way to seek it out particularly because I think there's better offerings out there if you're trying to trade for stuff. But if you're in the area and you can just get it off the shelf or get it at the brewery, I would definitely buy it. But yeah, I wouldn't, if I was going to go out of my way to trade for some haze, I wouldn't get this. I just think there's better stuff than probably for the same price, but it's still pretty good. So if you can buy it somewhere, I would definitely buy it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I'm glad to have had my first hoppy beer from Fremont. I look forward to having some more. I do want to see what's in this. I'm really curious because the hop profile is a little unique. So I'd like to know what's in it. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. I have fun doing this review as I do with all of them. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to the next one. Thanks.